Southern Maryland's weather leader. This is a JB Weather Alert.
Hello and good evening. I'm Forecaster John Bordash with you still here in the Weather Center, continuing to track the rather active evening we've seen unfold across the region. We have a brand new severe thunderstorm warning in effect for northern parts of St. Mary's County, central parts of Calvert County now until 9 o'clock. This one storm has really kind of been slowly working its way through our region, initially starting back out towards the I-95 corridor in Prince William and Stafford counties, pushing its way across the Potomac into Charles County, and now moving its way here through Calvert and St. Mary's County. You can see plenty of lightning radars picking up on over 300 strikes of lightning here across the storm, really kind of centered here in Mechanicsville and Chaptico, just to the northwest of Leadville. Granted, you're still hearing the thunder, and this storm here is moving here to the north and east. So let's go ahead, let's get the latest storm tracking information on this storm. So we're going to take kind of the heart of this storm right now that's right over Chaptico and Morganza, and this storm is moving here to the north and east at about 20 miles an hour. So this is going to be the worst part of the storm. The entire storm is going to impact a much larger area, and I'm sure we're getting lots of questions about, is this going to hit my specific town, as we always do. I think if you are Lettertown to Lesby Point South, you're fine from this storm. This should pass to your north. Granted, you probably will see some rain. And if you're from, let's say, La Plata to, we'll call it Eagle Harbor to Dunkirk, you won't see the worst of this storm. It's really going to be this, and it kind of helps if I turn off the lightning and also quickly turn off the radar. This orange, I'll turn this off. This orange polygon here, that's your severe thunderstorm warning, and this is going to be headed here to the north and east. And let me actually get you the warning text with this. So again, the severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern St. Mary's County and central Calvert County goes until 9. At 8:16, the severe thunderstorm was located 8 miles southwest of Golden Beach or 9 miles east of Pope's Creek, essentially right over Chaptico, moving northeast at 20 miles an hour. Main hazards, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail, frequent lightning, and flooding rain. So some locations impacted by this storm include, but are not limited to, Prince Frederick, Howling Point, Breezy Point, Sheridan Point, Flag Harbor, Golden Beach, St. Leonard, Huntingtown, Long Beach, Mechanicsville, Charlotte Hall, Aquasco, Calvert Beach, Benedict, Barstow, Port Republic, Sandgates, and Dares Beach. So that would just be a general look here at where we're seeing this storm eventually moving, kind of the core moving over. You can see the latest radar scan continues to show that heaviest rain here right over Mechanicsville. This is taking us right over 235 here, nearing the Route 6 area. I know this is the same area, generally speaking, that we saw some of the worst damage from storms we saw a couple of weeks ago with some tornadoes. Luckily, that isn't really a threat with this storm. It really is just the gusty wind threat that we're going to be tracking here with this storm. I want to take us over actually to our level 3 velocity mode, and we'll let that load up. But you can really see all of these areas here that are included in the severe thunderstorm warning. And again, this is likely the worst of this, at least, is staying north of Lesby, staying north of Leonardtown, staying north of Hollywood, California, Oakville, Loveville, all of those areas staying to your north, and then staying south here of Lower Marlboro and Hughesville. This storm, and I say this and I think people get freaked out more than they probably should, the storm does have some rotation. Granted, all storms, severe thunderstorms, do rotate, just on a much larger scale. This storm does have a little bit of rotation. The radar presentation of it isn't necessarily the best, and the upper atmospheric dynamics are not overly supportive for a tornado. With that said, we would take the same precautions we would with a tornado with any severe thunderstorm. We're moving inside. We're getting away from windows because this storm has 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and if you get 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, or you get those winds to pick up a tree branch, goes right through your living room window, you're talking glass everywhere. So we're getting away from windows, preferably to the innermost part of your house and just on the lowest level of your home. to kind of minimize that wind threat for where you are. But again, this is going to continue to track here to the north and east. If we put on radar here, let me loop you over the last half hour. You can see this storm is just slowly here moving to the east. Radar is estimating, let me get that loaded up here. Let me turn that back on. I want to come to precip, get those precip estimates. Radar is estimating where you see these blue shadings up over an inch of rain, and then in the purple areas up over 2 inches of rain. So no shortage of rain with this storm. We do have a flood warning in effect for Nanjemoy, Welcome, Pitska, and the Plata. That goes, I want to say that goes until 9 o'clock tonight. No, I think it's probably closer to 1 a.m. But for western Charles County, it wouldn't surprise me to see an additional flood warning issued for this region. This storm is moving slow, only at 20 miles an hour to the north and east, and it's going to be putting down a lot of rain. So heads up in northern St. Mary's County, northern parts are northern St. Mary's, central Calvert County. If we play out Futurecast for you, this was rendered earlier, and I'll let it loop through. Pick out where you are on that map, see how Futurecast handles your timing and specific storms for your area. You can see generally what we're talking about is our current wave of storms pushing through between now and about 11 o'clock midnight. Maybe we get an hour or two break around midnight to about 2. And then between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m., we're going to have another round of mainly showers, some heavy rain, maybe 1 or 2 thunderstorms work through early tomorrow morning. The severe risk is markedly lower tomorrow morning, or overnight tonight going into early tomorrow morning. Not that it's high right now, but that's something to keep in mind, that I think that the craziest, the strongest storms are going to be right now, and then along with the heavy rain threat, and then the heavy rain threat will begin to subside as we head into, the severe threat will begin to subside really after sunset. I think this is probably going to be our last real severe thunderstorm that we're tracking across our region, but you can really see where that heaviest rain is right now, right over Mechanicsville, pushing into Golden Beach, approaching the Patuxent River here. And this is a region we've been watching as the storm continues here to track to the north and east. Taking a look at that velocity. In the very least, we're talking some gusty winds. Let me get that downdraft potential loaded up. Yeah, we're talking wind gusts potentially up over 60 miles an hour with this storm as it's approaching Morganza and Mechanicsville, coming on over towards 235, Route 6, Golden Beach, Sandgates, and the Patuxent River there. So definitely a hefty little storm, as it continues to track here to the north and east. And we'll watch this. Behind this storm, we do have additional storms down to our south and west. These, and it works better if I come over to this version of radar, and I'll show you the hour loop with it. You can see these storms are gradually working here to the north and east. So do be aware of that as these storms continue to develop. It's not just what we're dealing with right now. Rain's going to be likely all night, so don't be surprised if you wake up at 11 o'clock, you hear another round of rain. You wake up at 2 or 3 o'clock, you hear another round of rain. Some thunder. That's going to be likely almost all night. So again, that severe threat isn't high. We're not talking a severe weather or a tornado outbreak tonight. But some loud thunderstorms and that flash flooding risk. So if you're driving anywhere tonight, keep that in mind. And I know you can't, if you need to drive, you're not gonna, I can't go to work now because it's raining. But be cognizant of those areas that pond and tend to accumulate deep water just in a normal shower, let alone a flash flooding situation. That's going to be an issue tonight going into at least the first half of tomorrow morning as the water slowly subsides. But yeah, we have this entire batch back here to the south and west that has to work through. And then back here to the west across Ohio, lots of active weather, tornado watches, severe thunderstorm watches. We won't have to deal with this to this magnitude, but this is a part of a front that will sweep through around 3, 4 a.m. that will give us that threat of showers and heavy rain overnight. So be aware of that. Again, this isn't just a one and done type deal. Right now, our friends in northern St. Mary's and central parts of Calvert County are getting it the worst, especially northern St. Mary's County here at Chapticombe, Morganza, Mechanicsville, Charlotte Hall, Golden Beach, Oakville, really here right up along your Route 6 corridor, 235 and 5 here coming right through Mechanicsville on up towards Charlotte Hall, then into Charles County. This region right up in here just passed through by Comico Shores. Chaptico's getting in on it right now. Granted, the worst of it's to your north. So be aware, again, this is going to be it's a hefty little storm tracking on through. So stay safe. I will continue to track everything. Granted, I am headed to bed soon because I need to be up early tomorrow morning. But any severe weather alerts that do get issued overnight will be automatically posted to Facebook and Twitter. The website is down right now. I've been working the last 2 days nonstop with the website, doing our yearly upgrades and all that stuff, which takes about a week or two to do, which is the craziest week or two of my summer because I am here in front of the computer for hours and hours and hours. So with that said, I'm about to catch some sleep. I'll be here though until this storm exits, but have a nice and safe one. Keep it tuned here at JB Weather, and I'll continue to keep you updated across our social media platforms. Stay safe and stay dry tonight.
Check the forecast anytime online at jbweather.net.